Number 14.
Olu Oluwatimi, center. Second year out of Michigan. And Brock, I said it before, I'll say it again. To me, a linchpin for what this team could do this year. I know that everyone nationally has been focused on the passing game and specifically on this trio of wide receivers and the weaponry they have at running back and what does Geno do as the trigger man for all of that. And it's fair. I understand it. That's sexy. That's what a national audience probably thinks about these Seahawks because those are the names they know. But none of it matters if this offensive line can't get it done. Charles Cross, I feel good about. Left guard, no idea. Don't even, as you said, might be a camp casualty. Who knows? Right guard? It could be any number of guys. Certainly nothing set in stone. Right tackle? Well, right now it's looking like Fant because Abe Lucas is yet to be out there to practice. Center's supposed to be in charge of all of this and all of the communication, and it's been a position of constant turnover for the Seahawks over the course of most of the last decade since Max Unger said goodbye. I don't know that anybody has started more than 1 or 2 years in a row at center for the Seahawks. So what are they going to do? Posick and Britt, and I mean, it's like an endless turnstile of guys who, quite frankly, acted too much like a turnstile at times, which is why they weren't back for another season at center. Olu played well in his one game that he started last year, and when he came in off the bench, he looked okay. Mm-hmm. Can he turn that into being a starting center in his second year in the league? If he can, I will feel a lot better about this offensive line, about this offense, about this team in general. And if not, they don't really have a lot of backup there.
Was Big Ray on for a Blue 88 or with Bumpin' Stacy for an extended period of time? Maybe even after. I mean, Big Ray's with everybody. Kind of bragging about Olu. I think he's an Olu guy.
He is an Olu guy. Mm-hmm.
He's an Olu guy. And cerebral guy, right? I mean, played in an NFL system, played in Michigan and in a system with checks and played as a professional his final year there. Now, he was a late.
Just got married.
I mean,
he just got married.
It did just get married.
I know how you feel about that.
Looked like a glamour shot.
He and his wife just looked amazing out there.
Sure did. But he's a late-round pick for a reason, and that reason is because athletically, he's not the most gifted guy. Right? You look at centers that go in the first 2 or 3 rounds, Salk, they're usually guys that have some pretty unique traits. And physically, there's not a lot of them there for Olu. 6'2", 309, 32 3/4 inch arms, so kind of shorter arms. Ran a 5.38 with a 1.8610. Like, that's one of the slower times you're going to find. So the movement skills aren't the best. Now, 29 reps, the 225, powerful dude. Great punch, strong dude. Hopefully should be able to anchor. This is just about, to me, a little more than anything. Only thing is athleticism. And, you know, until we see the full scope of what they want to do, Salk, in the run game, Grubb and Huff had a really undersized guy, Parker Brailsford, now at Alabama, like 275 pounds. 275 started and went 14-1, like played great there. And he could really move, man. And they got him out front, and, you know, they pulled him a bunch, and they could do a lot of things with him. So I don't know exactly how all this is going to look. We also know that they signed a former Husky on a 1-year deal. And Nick's a good athlete, right? Nick can move a little bit. Nick is a little bit undersized, so they're kind of different guys. So this is intriguing for all of those reasons you mentioned, and also intriguing because how does the scheme kind of fit around these guys? Lakin is not a great mover either at left guard. Bradford is certainly not a great mover at right guard. Christian Haynes is. I mean, he can move a little bit. So how all this takes shape, McClendon Curtis he moves pretty good. So how all of that takes shape in the interior, Salk, with amongst 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys is certainly one of the most intriguing overall storylines and individually for Olu, because to your point, you'd love for him to take over. I'm in charge. Put the C on me eventually. I'm in charge. I'm a 5th-round pick, and I'm going to be here.
I'm rooting for him. He's a player I'm rooting for. I enjoyed watching him like I'm focused every moment on the center. That's a ridiculous thing to say.
But he was not overwhelmed.
When he played, was it the Detroit game that he had to play most of the whole game? I think it was. And he played really well.
Yeah.
He was not the problem, that's for sure. And you're right, did not seem overwhelmed. So, He's a guy who've got some level of.
Little Joey Hunt still on the roster or not?
I think they finally moved on from poor little
Joey Hunt.
Yeah, he almost made Joe's ranked yesterday, I think.
He's a scrappy little sucker.
Almost made it. Olu Oluwatimi, number 14 on your most intriguing Seahawks list.